Peace fam, it's the Pressure Cooker and I'm back with another video. I want to talk about this AT2 John Yates Dear Yvette show situation. Now I want to give a couple disclaimers before I start because my goal of this video is to make it as short as possible. Okay, the video that I watched that I'll be responding to mainly is a video on John Yates' channel. Okay, on that panel he had somebody called Real Entertainment News, Monica from All About the Tea, and also a woman named Heidi. Now, my disclaimer here is everybody has their own opinions, okay? We all have opinions, but what I want to use in this video is deductive reasoning because there was a lot of things that didn't make sense to me, and I'm going to tell you why. So first, let's get into John Yates' video. Now, I am not as familiar with him. I only heard about him during the Nosy Ho era, okay, and all the stuff that happened. But anyway, he did a video and he made it sound like it was an emergency meeting, and I listened to the entire video. Within the first few minutes of the video, he alleged, and these are all allegations, okay? This is all alleged. He alleged that AT2, okay, word on the street, I don't know where he got this information from because that also wasn't cited. It seems like he was watching videos, which is very dangerous. But anyway, word on the street was that AT2 was on a FaceTime call with an individual, and allegedly he had some, well, let's say a PORN, okay, playing in the background, but it was the predatory kind, allegedly, okay? What didn't make sense was they said that he was gratifying himself to this said CP. We're going to call it CP. I hear a lot of people saying CC. I don't know what that stands for, so I'm going to say CP, okay, because we know the algorithm don't play. First of all, that was the first red flag. If you answer a FaceTime call, how are you going to see a video of somebody gratifying themselves to whatever they're watching? Wouldn't that mean they have to be continuing to do that on the phone call with you? That didn't make sense. Okay, maybe I missed some details, but that didn't make any sense. Then apparently the call ended. He said that he got scared. Okay, he got scared and contacted a friend who is allegedly in law enforcement. Now, that was a huge red flag because I thought, well, if this person's really in law enforcement, they actually have to report. If this actually happened, he was viewing CC when somebody called, they actually have to report this because they're mandated reporters. What person is going to contact a friend in law enforcement to ask for advice in that way? That made no sense unless you're saying you're innocent, okay? Didn't make any sense to me. So all of this happened, and then a woman named Heidi on the panel then said she first heard about this in March. So I'm thinking, it's October. It's about to be November. So that was a huge red flag because I'm thinking, if you heard about this in March, okay, why are we hearing about this now when it's almost November? What is the purpose of you bringing this up? You know, if this is actually true, what actions have you taken to help said child or children, you know? None of that made any sense to me. So it was just smelling real fishy, and it sounds like a lot of hearsay. Then the woman Heidi, and I'm not going to lie, we're going to do a little energy read on everybody on this panel. Heidi was giving me very messy vibes, okay? She was giving me, I'm going to be real messy real quick and dip out vibes, okay? That was what I was getting, and it seems like I was right. After watching videos after that, I kind of felt like, okay, I think I'm on the right track here, okay? John Yates and Monica, you guys were not objective. Clearly, you hate AT2. And you know what? We're going to get into AT2, but you clearly hate this man. What was the purpose of this video? Did you make any phone calls? Did you report this to any authorities, to CPS? Okay, you decided to hit live and trash this man. And the reason why I know that this was done to be vindictive, because you constantly brought up people he's associated with. You were like, oh, Nosy Ho is tied to him. We know you don't like Nosy Ho. There's a lot of us that don't like her. But what the fuck does this have to do with CP and AT2? Okay, you then started to say he was messy and he's gotten into a lot of things with people. And to me, I'm thinking like, I don't know much about you, but you're messy too, sir. Okay, you do celeb commentary, you do gossip commentary like a lot of people on here. Stop playing. So, and then Monica, her angle was very interesting, okay? Her role was to spin it so that anybody associated with this person, with AT2, was also guilty by association, even though this is all alleged. Additionally, she would say things like, this is disgusting. These are disgusting allegations, by the way. But nowhere in there did I hear that anybody did anything other than hit live and talk shit. Okay. So I was very skeptical about their intentions. Nowhere in this did I gather that they cared about the child or children in question if there were alleged victims. The only person who was objective on that live was Real Entertainment News, somebody who's new to me, don't know him. He was the only person for that entire hour and 5 minutes who remained, I believe, as objective as possible. Okay, I didn't hear him smearing AT2. He was reacting, he was saying different things, but he was trying to remain objective. And I just did not see that from John and Monica, which led me to believe you had an axe to grind. Okay, and once again, if you truly thought something was wrong, why didn't you take action? It is now October. It is now October, and you decided to hit live to talk about this. So it felt a bit disingenuous. It felt defamatory, okay? Because you even said, Monica, at one point, oh, we don't have any evidence. If you don't have any evidence, you shouldn't be bringing this to a public platform. We're gonna get into AT2, okay? Because we're gonna look at both sides of it. I cannot believe that these people were this comfortable making these allegations without any hard evidence, okay? My thing is, who is the person who had this alleged FaceTime call? How did this become a game of telephone? The person on the FaceTime call, did they call the police? Did they call CPS? No, it sounds like they're just running their mouths if this actually happened, okay? The thing that I want to say here that I think is very important is when you accuse somebody of these type of allegations, these aren't little finke, as we say in Jamaica, allegations, okay? This is big shit. Not only could this be serious legal repercussions for somebody, it can also put them in danger. Okay, there's a lot of people, okay, myself included, we don't like child, XYZ, okay? So, but I'm not the type of person that's going to go out there and do something to you, but there are people who will. They will put hands, okay? They will end your life. You're putting this man's life in danger based on a game of telephone, based on, you said yourself, we don't have any evidence. So let's get into AT2. So AT2, full disclosure, I'm subscribed to him. I've only watched 2 of his videos because I'm subscribed to a lot of people and it's hard to keep up. To be fair, I don't know a lot about him. Okay. The one video I watched recently was him talking about waiting for a therapist. And I just thought that was an interesting, title. And I was listening and I was like, oh, this is so cool. So I've never seen or heard anything crazy because I haven't really watched enough of his videos. So I want to say this by saying I don't know the full story in terms of how he behaves on here. But I also know the people who are dogging him in that video, they also have, a very, let's say, stained past as well. Anyway, so moving right along, I want to say initially I kept an open mind because I don't play when it comes to any type of child, A, child S, child P. We don't do none of that, okay? And I'm the type of person that will report your ass if I think some shit's going down. However, I did not hear anything factual or any evidence presented that indicated that any child was in danger. This is just me. This is just my thoughts and feelings about it. It felt like a smear campaign. If this did in fact happen, the person responsible to do something is the person on the alleged FaceTime call. Okay. So I really, really feel for AT2 because I just didn't see enough evidence. And we're going to get into the debunking why I feel like this is a smear campaign. So dear Yvette, by the way, Johnny Yates repeatedly said, we don't want to disclose who the law enforcement person is, but we don't want to enforce. You're a damn liar. You said this so much until we figured out kind of what the lady did for work. Okay. And then, so I think the person in question is Dear Yvette Says, or Dear Yvette Show. That's how I've known her as. And she came out and did a video. Okay, Yvette actually indicated she used to be friends with AT2, and then it sounds like there was some betrayal there. They're no longer friends, but she decided to come out to clear the air. So it sounds like she was the one he contacted. But here is the circumstance. It had nothing to do with CP. She said that he received a spam email threatening all kinds of stuff. They hacked his webcam or whatever, and he freaked out and contacted her. Other people have gotten that same email. Nowhere on there did it indicate that she said none of the story included CP. So she was like, she doesn't know where these people got this from. So whoever she shared it with, which I think Heidi might have been one of the people, once again, messy vibes, somehow it's grown legs, okay? She said that even though she's no longer cool with this person, she did not want to see this person get accused falsely of something that she never said. Okay, so it sounds like her and Heidi talked, and Heidi ran along and spilled the beans to John and all his other peoples, and then this grew legs, and now it's just this ugly monster, right? And so I thought it was very honorable and commendable of Yvette to come out and be like, look, I don't fuck with him like that no more, but this is a bunch of bullshit. Okay, that says a lot to me about her character. Also, she even said if that were the case, she would have reported it. Okay, and I believe her. Why would you put your job and your career in danger by holding on to something that vile and vicious and disgusting? That's not the type of things people hold on to. Also, I want you guys to think about this. If that was the case, do you think she would have shared that with somebody else? You don't think that she's smart enough to know if somebody disclosed this and I don't report this? Do you think that's something she would be sharing with other people? I don't think so. I just don't. So here are all these people hitting record. They've done nothing, absolutely nothing. And they have the story wrong. And I've been on here long enough to know you can tell your own damn story and there will be 50-11 versions of it by the next day. Because a lot of people hear what they want to hear, lack listening comprehension skills, and are just plain out assholes. Yes, I said it. They want to spin narratives. They want to tear you down. And here is a man, who maybe he's gotten into it with a lot of people. But it is really evil and wicked to come out with these type of allegations that don't seem to have any evidence. Okay? If there is a video, if there's a screenshot, report it to the police. I just don't believe that it exists because it's October. I don't know that. I can't believe you care about any kids being affected by this if this was true, because again, the only steps you've taken, as far as I'm aware, is hitting live and trashing somebody. Okay? That's not taking action. And Heidi, if you knew about this and this was true months ago, you're just as complicit for sitting up here with these people, okay, going in on this man. It's just messed up. I don't believe it. And I'm going to tell y'all, people who have been on my channel for a while know I don't play when it comes to allegations, okay, of this nature. All right. I'm like, wait, hold up. Let's look into this. I am not an investigator, but what I will say is, based on what was presented in John Yates Live, it is really screwed up. And personally, if I was AT2, I would get litigious on all y'all asses. I would be suing the shit out of you for defamation, okay? Unless that video exists out there somewhere. Unless there is cold hard proof, or if this FaceTime person exists. It doesn't sound, based on what I heard Dear Yvette share, it didn't sound like that to me. It sounded like a skewed, messed up version of the events. And this is very irresponsible. All right. I get it. I've gotten into beefs with people, but I have never decided I'm going to come on here and make some shit up like this. This is very bad, guys. Very, very bad. Now, what I will say in closing is I've learned a lot since being online. You need to be careful about who you choose to enter into relationships with offline from here. There's not a lot of real friends, guys. There's not. A lot of these people's lives are filled with chaos and effery. And if you decide to take the step to get their number, email, whatever it is, be smart, use discernment, okay? Sometimes you got to test people. Tell them some shit and see if it gets back to other people, because that's the only person you told. And this is why I believe Dear Yvette, because it sounds like the incident that led to her falling out with the AT2, it sounds like that was the only person she told, and it was a skewed version, okay? Anyway, that's all I got to say. Drop down in the comments. Let me know what you think. I welcome all comments here as long as they are respectful. So y'all have a good night.